Hi, I'm Streaky, this is Metropolis Mastering. Today I'm going to review the Avalon 747 SP. So this is the Avalon 747 SP. Now it's not to be confused with the 737 that is the vocal chain. This is a compressor and it has a EQ at the top end. Now I use this, I've changed the valves in this. I use this just to get some flavour, like warm valvey sounds into tracks. It's quite a tight sound. It's not a sort of really, you know, creamy sound like you'd get from a Fairchild type compressor. This is more just solid warmth. The tubes in it are quite nice that I've changed. So I'm using it with the tube in. You can have it as direct without the tubes, but it's nice obviously with the tubes. I tend to push a little bit of level into the input, which just pushes against the tubes a little bit, which makes it warms it up, adds a little bit of level through the chain. I've spoken before about how I like to add a little bit, you know, like a dB on each bit of equipment that I'm going through. Well, there you go. There's sort of 1 or 2 that I'll add on there, and that's kind of bringing the chain back up and getting that level and that loudness. You can see that on the loudness video that I did previously. Then I'll add a little, this top end Avalon EQs, the high end is always really nice and a lush sounding high end, very air, you know, to get that air band which is here. You only have to like really touch it a little bit and it sounds great. So I might use that occasionally. I don't tend to use the compressor. Now and again I do, and then I'll use a little bit of gain makeup and it kind of thins out the sound a little bit. Not in a bad way, but it sort of brightens it, would I say, rather than thins it. And so I'd have that compressor, usually a 2-to-1, and I'll have it on a slow attack and fast release. So in a similar way that I would use the Manly that I've got, which is another tube compressor, because really with a tube compressor it doesn't react that fast, and it can take off the edges of tracks. So you really want to be kind of not touching it and just going through it, and you know, it kind of squeezes a bit. Obviously it depends on what you're compressing and at what point in the chain you're compressing, but I tend to find that I use it more just for the sound of the bit of kit, and maybe, you know, if I am compressing with it, I'll do it very lightly, you know, fast release, slow attack, so that I'm not touching any of the peaks with the attack, and I'm not, you know, holding on too long to the notes with the release. I may add a bit of release on now and again if the track could handle it. If it was pianos or orchestral stuff, maybe put a bit of release on just to have a little bit more of the sound of the bit of equipment, but I tend not to, you know, if it's something that's fast and needs a fast attack and release. So that's it. That's how I use the Avalon 747. If you've got any tips on how you use it, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Please ask me any questions you want and I'll get back to you. And please subscribe, and so you'll see my videos every time. Thanks for watching. Bye.